Hey guys, today we're going to talk about, is a long distance relationship just a pen pal or a video pal, we'll call it? You know, today me and Justin were sitting by the pool here talking, we were having a conversation about this, and I decided to do a video about this because I think it's a kind of a cool conversation to talk about. And there's a lot of differences in just talking to a girl and stuff like that. And one of the things that Justin had brought up was this, and I tend to agree with him, is that when you're talking to a girl here in the Philippines, you definitely want to make sure you see the family, and at some point you want to see like the ID and stuff like that. You want to be able to know that she's real, that she exists, and it's not some scammer just trying to, pull the wool over your eyes and trying to get money off you. And don't send money. I mean, if you're gonna send money, just send a little. That's okay once in a while to help her with her load on her phone or whatever, if she's from the provinces or whatever. And be careful, because provincial girls are are different than city girls. They're much different than city girls. And when you're talking to some of these girls, remember that some of these girls are really, really naive in the provinces, and sexually they're just not there. Here's the thing. Each island is different. You're going to have islands where the girls are more sexually active than other islands because of the culture of that island. Each island has their own vibe and feel. It's different. Like if you go to these smaller islands, you're going to get more provincial girls that are more naive and quieter, and they probably don't start dating till they're 21 or even older. And even then it's dating in the house or something. And then you're going to go to other islands where it's totally different, and the girls are sexually active probably at 13 or something like that. It's just the way it is here. And when you're talking to these girls, you're going to meet 40-year-old virgins, in some cases, but most of the girls here are they're active, let's just say. It's just part of the Philippines here. A lot of girls here are really sexually active. You can get girls here that are Christian girls. You can get, if you're a Muslim, you can get a Muslim girl here. And the Christian girls here are fine. You can get a really, really nice Christian girl. It's what you're looking for. And I usually don't get too much into this subject, but I did want to talk about this because one of the guys had talked about saying a LDR, a long distance relationship, is just a pen pal. And I beg to differ with that, because when I was talking to my girlfriend, we had long chats. I could call her any time of the day, and that's something you should be able to do, except when she's working or something like that. You should be able to call her any time of the day and she picks up, because a red flag is if she's not picking up all the time. And yeah, there's gonna be a couple times where she's in a line, or she's in City Hall, or she's doing something, or she's out with some friends or something. That's understandable. But if you get a constant thing where she only picks up on certain days at certain times and stuff like that, she might have a boyfriend. So be really, really careful, like when you are having these long distance relationships. Mine, 4 years. 4 years we had a long distance relationship. And I've talked about that quite often on my channel, because I think it's important that you can find people. If you tell them, hey, listen, I'm coming, are you going to be able to wait? Because my situation was, I was working. I had to wait till I hit 55 before I could retire. I told her that. And I said, hey, listen, if you're willing to wait, I'm game to have this relationship. And she says, okay. And I says, okay. And then from there on, I knew where it was heading. And after a while, as we got closer, I felt more confident with her. After a couple of years, I felt more confident with her. I told her when she got home from being an OFW, she was an overseas foreign worker, and she was over in Saudi Arabia. She was over there. And when she got home, I just wanted her to stay home. So I says, listen, get a place for us, set it up, and I'm all good. And I started sending her like about $450 a month to cover food, to cover expenses, to cover the electricity, to start setting up the place a little bit. I was starting to send her money to get certain things, pots and pans, whatever little needs she has. But it was like $450 a month that I would send. And it was enough to get her rolling. And I wouldn't do that to your quite a lot bit into the relationship. Once you get into the relationship deeper, then on a long distance relationship, you start just feeling that yes, this is going to work. And when I met her at the airport, I knew it was going to work. I knew everything was good. I had a big hug from her, her daughter, and and the little boy Cedric that we have, they all met me at the airport, and it was a really great experience for me, both me and her. And we always talk about that and remember that because it was kind of a great time in our life. The beginning stages of the relationship when you first get over here is really, really incredible, and I really enjoyed it, you know. And I hope that you guys don't give up on long distance relationships, and I'm okay with either way. And we talked about this the other day about, you know, either meeting them at the airport, you know, having a long distance relationship, or coming over here and being totally single and then being able to date. Both of those have their pluses and minuses, as we talked in the past. It's probably 50-50. Like one of the guys in the comments said, he says he thinks it's probably 50-50. I would tend to agree with that. Either way has its pluses and minuses. For some guys that aren't familiar with Asian women or Filipino women, you might want to come over here single, totally single. If you know Asian women, you know the way that they work, kind of, and you've been around them, maybe when you were in the military or something like that, then maybe the long distance relationship might be okay with you because you can kind of figure them out. And when you're talking to them on the phone, be careful, guys. Be careful about people asking you for constant money. Be careful if they don't show their family. Be careful if they're putting you on certain times and they're not working, you know, and they're saying, well, I can't take phone calls then or whatever. You know, they should be able to answer that phone all the time. If they're not, red flags should go up and you should be careful. You know, but like I said, both ways, it's okay. But do I think a long distance relationship is like a pen pal or a video pal? No, I don't. It can be if she's just talking to you from in a room and she's not willing to introduce you to her family. Any girl that's willing to get into a relationship is willing to show you her family, willing to show you her sister, her brother, her mother, her father, you know, and uncles and aunts and stuff like that. Or maybe even open up the camera when she's at a family thing and start introducing you to people in her family. That's somebody that's being truthful and open to you. Just remember that. Just be careful of all the fakeness, because there's a lot of scammers out there, and they tend to go to some of the dating websites. So sometimes you're better off trying to meet girls through other people and then having a long distance relationship. Maybe you know somebody or you have an expat friend over here already, something like that. That's the way to meet people sometimes. That's the best way. You know, and if you can avail yourself of something like that, that's the way that you get. The best way to meet people is through somebody else, because they know them, they know that they're real, they know that they exist, they know it's not going to be fake, and they can tell you, oh, this girl's a really nice girl. But anyway, guys, God bless, take care. I hope you enjoyed today's show, and be sure to give me a thumbs up, guy, and be sure to watch our ads. That's the only thing that covers this station. We do not do the super chats, we do not do the anything asking for money or anything like that. Okay, God bless, guys, take care.